Yo, yo, yo. What's the dealio, y'all? What's the dealio? How y'all feeling, man? How y'all feeling? Hey, we live, man. If y'all tapping in, say what's up, say what's up. Let me know where y'all tuning in from, y'all. All right. We got the live popping off. We about to chart. We about to find some levels for tomorrow. All right. Give me 1 second. All right, y'all. Hey, listen. If y'all watching this, if y'all tapping in, man, say what's up in the comments. All right. Be sure to like this video. All right, let's get the energy up. Yo, Key, what up? How you feeling? Alchemist in the building. What up, Marquin? Chaos, what up? LaRue, what up, LaRue? What up, emails? What up, what up, what up, P. Bryant? Hey, listen, if y'all tapping in, man, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel. All right, we about to go over the market. We about to go over what happened, okay? And then we about to find some setups for tomorrow. All right, so be sure to tap in with me, y'all. I know we a little bit earlier today, okay? We're a little bit early today, but we still gonna knock it out. All right. What up, Tim A? Stefan? What up, Natalie? What up, KP? What up, Tiff? How you doing? QTZ? Double R, what up? Y'all like this new time better? If you like this time better, then let me know. If you like this time better, let me know. What up, Jason? Y'all like this time or y'all like the an hour later? Which one y'all like better? What up, Doc? Lock in with me, man. We about to go over the market. We about to go over the market, y'all. All right. I am tapping. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right. All right. All right. Let me see. Give me 1 second, y'all. I am doing this real quick. Hey, if y'all smacked IWM today, if y'all smacked anything, let me know in the comments, y'all. All right? Let me know what's up, man. Let me know what happened. We gotta keep that energy up, y'all. All right, we gotta keep that energy up. We gotta keep that energy high. Y'all feel what I'm saying? All right. Boom. Let's get these likes up. Let's get this video to 300 likes, y'all. All right. Let's get this video to 300 likes. All right. So tap in with me, y'all. Let me see who tapping in. What up, Tycoon? What up, Keisha? Doug. What up, Doug? How you feeling? What up, Best Beezy? LaRue, she said I'm showing up regardless. Tiff said I like this time. Doc said this time. KP likes this time. This time cool. I like it because I'm falling asleep on the regular times. Okay. Davita, study session. Yeah, it's Marcel's week. We should be having a study session. Um, Session. That's why I went live earlier for the study session, so y'all could get to the study session on time. Tycoon. What up, Dewana Reed? How you feeling? Shout out to Detroit. What up, Apostle? Hour later for me will work, but I'm on whenever. Okay, Jason. I traded Apple and Nvidia. That was nice. Both times worked, but it might be a little early for me on the West Coast. Okay. Hit IWM 4 times. What's up, Geneva? How you feeling? What up, Jay Skrilla? I ain't feeling good today. Trying to clear up my spirit. I'll be honest. Hey, it be like that, Doug. IWM went crazy today, man. All right. It did exactly what I mapped out, man. All right. It did exactly what I mapped out. All right. So here's what we gonna do, right? Let's break down. Let's break down IWM. Okay. Um, so look, y'all. All right. Here's what happened. What up, Travis? How you feeling, dog? All right. So check this out, y'all. All right. Excuse me. First off, what I'm gonna say is, if you guys are watching this video, be sure to like this video, y'all. All right. Like this video. Let me know where y'all tapping in from. All right. Let me know where y'all tapping in from. What up, Chris Connor? Tim said DoorDash was nice. They made a nice move today too. DoorDash was nice. Dale rejected at a certain level, so they didn't really do anything too much. The market basically kind of sold off today. The market likes to sell off on Thursdays, so. But yeah, DoorDash was looking good, and it did make a move. It gapped up though, and then it went up to 190. I told you I could come up to 190, 189. So then it got a fail 2 up. So yeah, so that's what's up. All right, stay away from the market today. Was super busy at work. I get that, Jason. All right, so check it out, y'all. All right, let's go in. Okay, hold on. Yeah, Dale was tripping. Yeah, the spreads were. It was moving a little bit funky. So yeah. All right, y'all. So check this out. Right? So listen. First things first, man. Right? Who got y'all? If you got your IWM juice, let me know what's up. All right. Also, be sure to like this video, okay? Let's get the energy up. All right, y'all? I know. Not gonna lie, I got cooked today. Alchemist, who you got cooked by? Let's talk about it, right? Let's talk about it. Shout out to AZ. IW Mendel. Okay. D Goods. What up, D Goods? What up, Trey Band Flipper? All right, so look, yo. All right. Elephant in the room, right? Elephant in the room. Okay? Everybody thinks that people are perfect, right? Everybody only shares the wins, okay? In a song that Nipsey Hussle said, he said, if you sharing your success and not your struggle, you a motherfucking fool, right? So that's why I posted what I posted today, the video. You know why? Because if I only come off like, ooh, I know everything, I'm actually the fool. You see what I'm saying? I took an L today, right? All I had to do, I knew what the stock was going to do because the stock did exactly what I said it was going to do, right? But I too got out too early and I got in too early, right? So I lost, like 300. It's all good. You know why? Because it did what it did. It did what it was supposed to do. And tomorrow and next week, we about to go on a winning streak. That's just what it is, okay? So like, listen. When we take losses, we take them on the chin. So what did I do after I took an L? I went and got a haircut, right? Went and treated myself to some lunch, right? Got some groceries, right? Got some stuff for my hair, right? Drove around the city, listened to some good music, felt good, right? What up, Natalie? Right? It happens, okay? It literally happens. Nobody is 100%, right? Nobody is 100%. But here's the beautiful part. Even though I lost money in that trade, the setup did exactly what I said. It did exactly what I said, right? So when I see things like that, I just know that they did that so that people could get liquidated. And honestly, it just happened. It is what it is, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So when we understand that, okay, a loss is nothing but an operating expense, right? If you had a business, let's say you go rent out an office space, right? Let's say you go rent out an office space, okay? You rent out an office space. That office space is going to cost you $1,500 a month. But the business is making you, to be in that office space, you're making $7,000 a month. So you're net positive $5,500 a month, right? Okay. You take an L in your account, you take an L in one trade, you done been winning for 3 weeks straight. You've been on a tear, going crazy. Then you lose $500. But you're up $4,500. You're up $7,000. But you have to lose $500. Right? This is how it's about managing, right? Managing trades, managing losses. This is also why I always say and I always preach, don't over leverage, okay? Don't over leverage because the market is always going to do funny things. The market is always going to throw those things at you, right? But if you can understand it and you can manage your risk, you'll be good. You know what I'm saying? Now, nobody giving me heat. Somebody, people lost money today. Some people lost money, people made money. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to talk about it. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a thing that people go through. And it's just to remind y'all, okay? That's all it is just to remind you guys. Okay? There you go, close 9. I traded a different strat, and I got spanked on it too. Looked good on a 4-hour support. Hey, it happened. Yeah, then it melted. Yeah. Now, the stock likes to, on Thursday, stocks do like to sell off. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes our psychology be off sometimes. Sometimes we just get out early, right? It's called human error. You gotta leave a little bit of space for yourself to be a human being. And that's something that I always try to remind myself because I have a high standard, right, of excellence that I operate with. And so sometimes I'll be like, man, but I'm not perfect. And I got to remind myself that because that's my ego. You get what I'm saying? The ego thinks you're perfect. You know what I'm saying? Exactly, Doc. Exactly. Right? Tycoon, exactly. My account's still up 25%. That little loss ain't nothing. Yep. Exactly. It's only March 5th. Exactly. Exactly. Exactly, KP, right? That's it. I lost 1,000 last month. Listen, and honestly, my biggest loss has been way more than what I lost today. So I'm good, right? My biggest L was 17 racks to date, right? My biggest L was 17,000, right? Off of a swing trade. So yeah, y'all. So, and then if I'm on watch, I still managed to make money today. But some days it's not. Yeah, exactly. So I just wanted to say that, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that some people Some people made a lot of money today. Some people lost some money, right? And it is what it is, right? We got to take the good with the bad. We're going to make more money than what we lose. That is a fact, right? So just keep that all in mind, y'all. All right? Everything going to be good. It's also not the end of the world, right? Especially if you trade in and you got a job, man, don't worry about that loss. All right? You'll get it back. All right? So just keep that in mind, y'all. Okay? And I always say with 0 day to expirations, I always risk a little bit less because, but I am a very, very, very conservative person, right? I'm very conservative, right? If I lose money in a trade, 9.7% of the times out of 10 is very minimal because I don't risk a lot on my day trade account, right? So there you go, Leela. That's what I'm talking about. What you talking about, Aries? Aries moon? I look at it as just losing profit. Yeah, just lose a little bit of profit. All right, so let's go over the market. All right, we're going to be up out of here in the next hour, in under an hour, y'all. All right, and then listen, on Saturday morning, we got the master class, y'all. Okay, we got the master class at 11:30 Pacific. Okay, 11:30 Pacific, 2:30 Eastern. We got a master class, and I'm about to give everything away. I'm giving all the sauce away. I'm not gatekeeping nothing. All right. So there are people that ate off of yesterday's live. So let's talk about it. Okay. So let's see what we got, y'all. Let me go to. All right. So break this down. All right. So let me pull this up. All right, y'all. So this is what happened. All right, check this out, right? Yeah, it's on YouTube, Aries Moon. This Saturday on YouTube. Okay? Yep. If you go on YouTube, right? If y'all go on YouTube, right? My YouTube, and then you go on live, right? Right here. Scheduled for Saturday, March 7th, right? 2:30 Eastern. It's going to be a masterclass. Candlesticks, strap method, liquidity. All right, we're going to be talking about everything under the sun. Okay? So be sure to click on notify me right there when we go live. All right? Yes, it will be recorded. I'm going to leave it up. All right? So you'll be able to go back and refer to this video. Okay? But we having this masterclass on Saturday. All right? So be sure to tap in with that, y'all. Be there, all right? This is going to be my biggest masterclass. It's going to be for free, okay? And I'm giving it all out there. So 11:30 a.m. Pacific, 2:30 p.m. Eastern, all right? Let's make sure everybody shows up. I want to see 500 people on that live. If you know anybody that's looking to get into the market, man, be sure to share this with them. All right. I would sincerely appreciate that, y'all. I would sincerely appreciate that. All right. What up? What up? Bavik. What up? How you feeling? So I would really appreciate that. If y'all know somebody looking to get into the market, whatever, drop that there with them. All right. So click on notify me. And we going to have a ball on Friday, all right? It ain't going to be nighttime. I'm going to be fresh. It's going to be early in the day, all of that stuff, all right? Hey, I get it. I get it, Bavik. We about to get him back tomorrow. All right. So let's go over SPY, y'all. All right, let's go over SPY. All right. All right, look what happened. They was only down 0.56%, but look, they swept liquidity yesterday, okay? So what I think is going to happen tomorrow with SPY, I think SPY is coming up. If you guys have Lux Algo, then you already know that this is a liquidity sweep, this liquidity grab. So what did SPY do, y'all? SPY came down to this blue line right here, right? Now, what is this blue line, y'all? What is this blue line? Y'all remember what this blue line is? Look, it's the monthly support, y'all. It's the monthly support. Okay? This is a monthly support. Okay? Why you say that, Sherry? Why y'all gotta pray for me? Hey, you scaring me, Sherry. What's about to happen to me? let me know. All right? Let me know if I gotta look over my back or something. All right, Sherry, come on now. You gotta be specific when you say these things. You know what I'm saying? All right. So listen. Exactly. Went back down to get liquidity. Okay, so the market went down to get liquidity today. Okay? It went down to get liquidity. Right? Liquidity grab. So now, and as you can see, look at the 30-minute. At the end of the day, look what happened. We bounced up. Right here, right? Excuse me. We bounced up. Right? So what I think is going to happen is off the 30-minute on SPY, shit, if we get above 682.90, then we going to be good. And we could come up to 685, and then we got this order block right here at 687. Right? So I say that. Let me look at the 2 hour and the 4 hour. Right? So we got right here. Yep, 682, 84. Yep. And then we got a failed 2 down and a 2 up right here. So what I'm going to say is, I'm going to say if we get above 680, I'm going to say 683.60, you could enter in the calls. 683.60. Right? So we're going to say calls above 683.60. Okay. Calls above 683.60. Right? And then on a daily, the high of the day is going to be 685.52. So your first price target would be resistance. At 685.49. Okay? And then if we break above 685.49, we're going to be coming up to 687.10. Okay? So these would be my 2 price targets on SPY. All right. These would be my 2 price targets on SPY, y'all. Okay. Because we just came down yesterday, I don't really think we're gonna come down, especially when I see liquidity like this, right? This is a big liquidity. We came all the way down to 675 and we have not came below there, right? And we bounced up and we came back to 681, y'all. All right. Like, think about how big of a move that is. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see what I'm saying? We came down to 675 and then we went all the way up to 681. Look at the 30-minute. Right? Came all the way down to 675 and then we came all the way up to 681. Okay? To 681, y'all. $6 move. Okay? They got liquidity right here. And the whole market did the same thing. Look at NVIDIA. Look at NVIDIA, y'all. Oh my goodness. Look at them on the daily. Look at them on the daily, y'all. Rejected off of this, boom, and then recovered and came all the way back up. All right. So SPY, I'm going to be looking at SPY to the upside, y'all. All right. I'm going to be looking at SPY to the upside. Okay. So calls above 683.60. We look like we could easily come up to 685.51. All right, we just bounced. So we have no sellers in this area on the 4-hour or the 2-hour. Right? So we clear to go up until 687. All right. So let me know if that makes sense on SPY, y'all. If that makes sense on SPY, let me know. All right. If that makes sense on SPY, let me know. Let me know. All right. Nah, I'm definitely divinely protected, man, for real. Look, Aries Moon know what it is. She know what it is. Yeah, little past support. What up, No Extendo? How you feeling? You are a leader, and we need to keep you. Hey, I appreciate that, Sherry. I appreciate all the prayers. Hey, if y'all just watching this, man, be sure to like this video, y'all. All right, let's like this video. Let's get this video to 300 likes. I'm doing this masterclass on Saturday. Okay, Saturday morning for West Coasters. Saturday early afternoon for Central and East Coast. So make sure that y'all tap in and y'all be on. All right. Later, trader. Absolutely. It's going to be recorded just like these lives. You could go back to it. All right. I caught most of that bounce up too. That's what's up, Double R. Oh, okay. I didn't even know BE went up. We gonna see, Tanviri. What up, Genesis? What up, Tim? I feel you, No Extendo. That's real talk. That's real talk. All right. So next up, person I got beef with today. We're gonna go over IWM. All right. Let's go over IWM, y'all. All right. So look, let's break it down. First off, what's up, Pam? How you feeling? What up, Natalie? So look, watch this. Excuse me. So watch this, y'all. Look what happened. This was this morning, right? This was this morning. I said we broke below my outline support. So y'all remember the support I gave in last night's live? We broke below it. We're almost back down to last week's support level. I posted this at 7:54 a.m. Okay. And then on the 4 hour, I said we have an abundance of sellers with no buyers in sight. Right? No buyers in sight, y'all. We could have a slight pop to the upside. 260.24 to even 241.48. Right? And then reject and come down to last week's support, which is also last month's support. If we break that, we can make a move back down to, what did I say? 255, y'all. 255, y'all. Okay? What did I say? Watch for an initial pop and look out for the rejection. A failed 2 up or a bearish 1 bar or a liquidity grab on Lux Algo. Okay? I gave the whole play. Right? I gave the whole play. I just want to put this out here, right? I just want to show you guys what I told everybody, okay? I gave you guys the area that it could come up to and it could reject. I gave everybody the whole play, okay? The whole play. I just want to emphasize that, okay? I broke all of this down this morning. Initial pop, area liquidity, abundance of sellers, area where we can reject that, okay? Now watch this. Watch this. Okay? Watch this. What does IWM do? What up, Mr. VIP? What up, Ant? How you feeling? So look, what does it do? This was yesterday. Oh, this was today. Where did it come up to? 260.75. So we had a bullish 3 bar. Bullish 3 bar. On the 4-hour time frame, look at all of these sellers, y'all. Look at all of these sellers. All of these sellers. 1 fair value gap, 2 fair. All of these sellers, y'all. All right here in this area. This is why I said look for an initial pop and then we're going to come down. I saw all of these sellers on a 4-hour time frame. Excuse me. I'm just showing you guys, right? So what happened? Let's go to the 15. Look what happened. Bearish 3 bar, right? Manipulation. This right here is the manipulation candle. Okay? We come up to the area of liquidity because we never had got the liquidity. They had to bring it up to get the liquidity. It gets the liquidity, and then look what happened. Crazy whapper. Crazy whapper, y'all. And where does it come down to? I said 255, right? Look where it's at. 255.02. Came all the way down to 254.26. Right below last month's support. And then we gained support. And then we start bouncing up. So it did exactly what I said it would do. To the freaking T, y'all. This one manipulation candle for 15 minutes is what threw everybody off. I just want to say this so that if you lost money, this was clear. This is why I know exactly what happened. And this is why I was so mad at myself about it. Because this right here, from, let's say you got in right here, right? From 259 down to 255, we talking 500% plus trade. We talking about turning $100 into 600, 500 profit. We talking about 5X in your money. We talking about taking $500 and turning it into $2,500. Y'all see what I'm saying? That's what we're talking about here. We talking about really, really, really going crazy off of this move right here, y'all. Because we had the sellers, we had an abundance of sellers up here. All we had was a manipulation candle, y'all. That's all that happened, is we had a manipulation candle on the 15-minute time frame. Because look what happened on the 30-minute time frame. We had a bullish 3-bar and then a bearish 3-bar. And the bearish 3-bar engulfs the bullish 3-bar. And then look what happens. Comes all the way down. And where does it come down to? It comes down to exactly, hold on. What we got? It comes down to exactly where I said it was going to come down to, at 255, y'all. 255, y'all. All right? It did exactly what we said. So, retested the weekly and last month's support. Okay. Pixie Fulani said, I'm looking at the RSI, it's overbought. Why keep choosing the wrong direction? Pixie Fulani, I don't think you understand what I'm saying. If you were listening, you would realize that I was in puts. You feel what I'm saying? I was in puts. So just make sure that you're tracking what's really happening here. And also, RSI is not the best indicator to pay attention to. So that's all I'm gonna say to that. So just make sure you understand that you really are hearing what's happening. So yeah. What up, Money Mitch? Yep, looks like a double bottom of 4 hour. I was up, didn't get out in calls. Okay. All right. So that's what happened, right? That was the game plan. It worked out to perfection. Okay? But there was that one manipulation candle and it threw everything off. Right? It's all good. Yeah, Intel was smooth. Yep. So for tomorrow, okay? For tomorrow, Billy said, what do we do next time something like this happens? Listen, I'm going to tell y'all exactly what to do inside the Discord, y'all, because next time, so I made a video today about this whole trade, but next time, y'all, I waited for a retest when I took entry and I was anticipating it going 3 down on the 15-minute, right? Okay, so I was getting a little bit ahead of the move because it came up, popped up, and it rejected and it came down. I was up about 12%. I was expecting 50 to 100%, right? And then it reversed. And then it retested way higher, and that was the manipulation candle, right? So next time something like this happens, I am just going to wait I'm going to trust that it's going to come into that area of liquidity, and that's when I'm going to take the entry. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to wait until because it came into my area of liquidity. Right? What do I always say? The stock market is not just going to give you the move. It's not going to just give you the move straight down. So I was waiting for it to pop up. It popped up some, and then it rejected, and then it was making a move down. I was like, all right, cool. Right? We in there. Because I always try to make sure I'm not operating out of fear. A part of trading is you have to be okay with the outcome of whatever happens in the trade. Right? So next time, I am going to sit and wait for it to come to my area of liquidity that I know it's going to come to. Because it came to the area that I outlined, and then we got a 400% trade right in front of our faces. All we got to do is click a button and sit down like this. All we had to do, right? So it's all good, right? I'm not harping on it, but next time, trust and believe. I knew exactly what was going to happen, and it did. But the retest or the pop-up, it looked a little bit different. I was expecting it to go up first and then just reject and come down. They came down, and then they went up, and then they came down. Right? So the pop-up looked a little bit different. Right? So next time, trust and believe, I'm just waiting on those areas of liquidity to come up too, and then they're going to reject. Right? So that's what we do next time. Right? So yeah, watching your videos been having me feeling like I'm one of them Jewish motherfuckers the way I've been smacking the market. Hey, Titus, that's what's up, bro. Hey, that's a good one right there. Hey, shout out to that. What's up, Joy? We got market data tomorrow. Yeah, be careful, y'all. All right, patience paid off today. I waited for my confirmation. There we go, master. Hey, come join the Discord and share them profits with us. 0-day options making the markets even more manipulated. Exactly. Got to be laser sharp out there in these streets. Nobody knows what's coming next, so you all trust your setups. Yeah, don't over leverage. I know this is a frustrating week. Not sure how to trade today. Yeah, it was annoying. It is what it is. Cross, hezzy, wait, see the diff. Yeah, exactly, Stu. It's crazy. Yeah, get in before it's obvious, right? Shot selection. Everyone got cooked at some point today. The whale's trying to come liquidate accounts. Luckily, I stayed with the original play and got most of it back. Tomorrow, we offer it straight up. Straight up. All right? Straight up. Yeah, if y'all watching this, man, be sure to like this video, y'all. Let's get this video to 300 likes. All right? We talking about real stuff. All right? I got shook out of QQQ on that same manipulation, though. Sat on my hand. It be like that. Today was something. Chop Fest. Hope everyone. It was not no Chop Fest. It was not no Chop Fest. Right? It was an explosive. We had some explosive moves, y'all. All right? What else y'all saying personally? This was a truck rule, Lakers refs kind of day. No matter when officials dictate the outcome. Now, real talk. Hey, I like y'all analogies, man. Yeah, when I get into early, I lose money. Yeah, Aries. What up, Patrick? I was just chilling all week, letting my DraftKings swing cook. Oh, okay, that's what's up. What you mean webinar, X marks the spot? What you mean? So, and I believe that was you, Aries Moon, but you, Aries Moon hit me up on Instagram and she smacked IWM off those levels for like 130%. So shout out to Aries Moon, man. All right. Natalie, she said, give him a like. He deserves it with all the game. Like this, y'all. Right? Like this video. All right. Just thought about you singing Shake It Off and caught the bounce off the 255. Hey, listen, that's hilarious. So you was like, I gotta shake it off. Let me get in these calls. Hey, that's funny. That's hilarious. There you go, Jerry. So look, so tomorrow, my game plan for SPY, y'all, IWM, my game plan for IWM, all right, so we bounced off of last month's support, just like last week. A couple days ago, and look what happened the next day, right? But, but let's go to the 4 hour. The 4 hour definitely looks like a double bottom, like Alchemist said. But we got a lot of sellers, y'all. So tomorrow it's probably going to be some low volume, or it's going to be a gap up. If we gap up above this area right here, we got to get above here as well. Honestly, I want to see what it's looking like in pre-market. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. For tomorrow, because on the daily time frame, we have buyers and we have sellers right here. So like, man, excuse me. For IWM, I personally want to see pre-market. I want to see pre-market levels. Because we rejected today, I don't know if we're going to reject tomorrow. Now, we could just sell off tomorrow, right? Because they're at 257 right now, I think. They're at like 257 something. So they could come up to 259, 260 and reject. But I personally want to see what they look like in pre-market. And the reason why is because we also have the data for the job data tomorrow as well, right? So for IWM, honestly, I'm not going to give any levels for IWM because I don't like how this looks. And then I know that we have data tomorrow. It's not super clear right now for me with all of these buyers and sellers. The range is too wide, and I don't want to give you guys some type of levels and then it just like is all off in the morning, right? I'm just being honest, okay? So that's what I'm going to say for IWM. In the morning time, if y'all in the Discord, I'm going to drop it in there because we going to have data. So after 8:30 Eastern, right? After the data comes out pre-market and the market reacts, then I'm going to have levels. But because we have all of these sellers, right? We got all these sellers all the way up to freaking 262. So from 262 to 256, the bears is like, hey, you ain't going nowhere, right? That's what they doing. They like, you ain't going nowhere. Try me. Try me. I dare you to try to go higher, right? I dare you to try to go higher. That's what IWM is doing right now on a 4 hour with all these sellers. So we got to really see what happens in pre-market. We got to see what this data says, right? So honestly, y'all, I'm not going to give levels for IWM because it's not looking too clear. And I like to make sure I'm precise and I have conviction with what I'm talking about. If I don't know what I'm talking about, I'm not going to say anything. Y'all feel what I'm saying? So that's what I'm going to say on IWM. If y'all want the levels for IWM tomorrow morning and the game plan, then be sure to join the Discord, right? But I got to wait until this data comes out so we can see what the reaction is. All right. Like your trading plan, just wait till it hits the area of liquidity, especially if the multiple weeks looks around it. Yep, S dot. Yep. He said the TPC will take you from a $500 loss only to a $100 loss and then a $2,000 gain the next day. Yep. By ourselves, we nothing but barbecue chicken. We get marinated. Hey, now real talk. Real talk. We'll listen. Prosperity Collective is the one. We'll help you. We will help you, right? You ain't gonna be up 3K a day every day, right? You're gonna be down some days, but your losses will be minimal. right? She said I was cooking. Okay. Then I got cooked. It be like that. So Natalie, we are in a chop fest in the macro. The market is in a range. Okay, it's in a bigger range, right? Not a daily range, but it's in a range on like the daily time frame is a bigger range, right? So all we're doing is going up and down right now. We're not really making any moves. We're not trending upwards. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. So he said we got major news coming out pre-market. Yep. Jobs data. Bears got the tape. Following the money. Yeah, we gonna keep following the money, right? He said by now you gave us so much game and info. We should be able to plan out on our own facts. Audible tomorrow, and you will be ready for it. Now that's facts, bae. Ant. That's very, very, very true. What up, Turnpike? Nah, you are absolutely right, y'all. I do give a lot. He said, I appreciate that. Stand on your principles. It's way too easy to make up something and make sense. The ones who need to know will have access to the Audible. Exactly. Right? So yeah, y'all. So I'm like Bill Belichick, right? Offensive head coach, offensive coordinator, right? In game, right? If I see the blitz, I'm gonna tell everybody, yo, this is the Audible. This is what's going on, right? So when pre-market comes, we're going to be able to really see what's up. Everybody in the Discord, know, right? Everybody in Discord, know. KP, she followed the levels today to the T, right? And what happened? She did her thing, all green, no red trades, no silly mistakes, right? She looked at herself in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? She did her thing, right? So yeah, I see that. We'll see what tomorrow brings. Yep. Why are people saying that there's an AI bubble? Because that's just what happens. It's speculation. A lot of AI is in the building. A lot of AI companies. All of that stuff. So that's what's going on. That's a whole thing. But so what we about to do now, y'all? We about to go over some setups tomorrow. When we go over setups, what we about to do, y'all? We gonna make this, kind of quick. But what we about to do, y'all? Talk to me. Facts, I'm getting there. I map it out. There we go. Let's go, Jay Skrilla. That's right. There we go. Let's go fishing. All right. Tycoon said he's saving the IWM juice for the morning. Hey, I just re-upped. I went to Sprouts today. I got me two new IWM juices, man. Damn near $30 for two juices. Well, two pomegranate juices. You know what I'm saying? But let's go, y'all. We're gonna make this quick. TPC, y'all got a study session in 20 minutes, so we're gonna make this a little quick. All right, we're gonna go through these real quick. All right. So let's see. So NVIDIA on the daily. NVIDIA got a lot of sellers as well. I don't like that. XYZ is breaking through the 200 EMA. I like XYZ to the upside, but let me see what else we got. I like APLD as well. It's got this dragonfly that's failed two down. I'm gonna put APLD on there again because I like APLD. All right. He said, can I eat pineapples? Hell nah. That is not IWM juice, my brother. All right. Pineapples is not IWM juice. Pineapples is pineapples. You got to get if you want the IWM juice, if you want that IWM effect, you got to get the IWM juice. All right. And what is the IWM juice? It's pure pomegranate juice. All right, it got all the antioxidants that you need to succeed. All right, IWM juice. You can eat pineapples on top of your IWM juice, but you cannot substitute the IWM juice for pineapples. That is a different type of fruit. Okay. So, yeah, I think Nvidia coming down. Honestly, if I'm being super honest. Yeah, I like APLD. It didn't reject hard off of this. It came right back up. So I like APLD. NVO, they trying to come up. In phase, they disappointed me with this setup. So they ain't doing too much right now. They're filling this gap. In phase could be coming down actually. So I'm gonna go to in phase, bearish. I'm gonna put a gap fill. All right. All right. Who else we got? Yeah, pomegranates are just too messy for me. You know what I'm saying? You get one pomegranate and it's just gonna stain your fingers. So that's why I like the juice because it's just clean. You know what I mean? Netflix is getting ready to reject y'all. All right, they look like they're getting ready to reject. Shopify going crazy, y'all. And this is what happened on the weekly with Shopify. They coming up to this 144. Right? Intel 45. Let's see. I like Intel calls still, y'all. I think Intel has room to come up. They broke out of this trend line, this downward trend line. So I think Intel has room to come up to like $50 for real. So yeah, if we get above like 46.91, we gonna go higher. But for tomorrow, I don't know. Celsius still coming down. Look at this. Whew. This is a crazy downward move. QQQ fell to down. They got to get above 612 again. Same level from yesterday. They literally rejected at the same level. They got to get above. Right? KP said I'm buying 2 a week. There we go. Hey, y'all got a Sprouts in Atlanta? KP, y'all got a Sprouts in Atlanta? AMD. Google. What Google do? Google ain't trying to go down, y'all. They not trying to go down. Still in this order block, right? Amazon made a nice move. Robinhood, bearish 3-bar. I think Robinhood might fake people out tomorrow. They might come down here and then pop and then go up. I know ATL got Kroger. I know that. I used to live in Atlanta for 4 years. I'm trying to see if they got Sprouts out there now. That was my question. I know they got Kroger. Hims is on a bearish 3-bar. Lulu. Okay, LO. Dell was on a bullish 3-bar, y'all. I'm going to put Dell on the watch list again. So we had a 1 candle, and then we got a bullish 3-bar right here, right? So I think that Dell. All right. I like Dell to the upside. Okay. I like Dell to the upside. Nike, Affirm is coming up. They broke out of this downtrend right here, right? Apple. Apple came down today. I don't know who caught Apple, but they came all the way down to 257. I told you all about Apple puts yesterday, and look what they did. They came down to 257. We got Oracle. We got Palantir. Palantir is on a 2 up. So I think Palantir could come up. Obviously, they got to get above 156.55. They could come down to 149 and then bounce here. We got buyers in this area, and then we could go up higher. So if you see it come down in this area and then it start to consolidate, it's going to be getting ready. It's getting liquidity, and it's going to go up to the upside. All right, so I would be looking for Palantir over in this area right here. All right. Uber. Ooh, I like Uber to the downside, y'all. Failed 2 up right here. Puts, we could be coming all the way down to $73. So I'm looking at Uber puts. All right, Uber puts. Oh, okay, and Public sells it too. Okay, for sure. You Gucci then. Carvana, Gapfill, they coming up. Tesla, is that a 1 candle? Nope. SoFi. I know, Stu, right? Hey, hey, nah. Yeah, it broke out here. Affirm. I mean, we could be coming up all the way to freaking $83, but we got a lot of sellers in these areas right here. But I think that we could definitely be on. I would maybe probably wait for like them to reject in this area and then reject and then come back down to here, and then we could bounce. So sellers might push it down a little bit, and then buyers might step in and then push it right back up. Lyft. Lyft is getting ready to come down, y'all. Lyft is on a bearish 3-bar today, so they ain't in this bear flag still, so Lyft is coming down. CoreWeave. SMCI. Who else? We got Microsoft getting ready to go up as well. Who else? UAL. I told y'all about UAL this week. Look, I mapped it out. Right? They've been doing their thing. CRM. They look like they're rejecting off these where these sellers are at. They might come up here to 210, fill the gap, and then reject. That is a possibility. MU, Tempest, Iran, Verizon, SYK Cores. I like Core setup for sure. I like them. All the way up to 1720. I like CORZ tomorrow. Off this fail 2 down. All right. Off this fail 2 down. Walmart. Cypher. Datadog. RGTI. One candle. QBTS. No AMD puts. No, look at AMD, y'all. Why would you? Well, it rejected off of this order block. I mean, this fair value gap. So if AMD gets below, they got to get below 193.63, right? They got to get below 193.63. They get below there, then they could come down. But anything, if they stay right here and bounce, they could come back up. So they're in between buyers and they're in between sellers. So we got to see what happens, right? So when you understand these areas of liquidity, the game gets simple. I don't trade into sellers and I don't trade into buyers. I just don't. You feel me? So yeah, y'all. All right. So I'm gonna stop it right there. So what I'm gonna focus on tomorrow is gonna be IWM. I like Dale calls and I like Uber puts. Right? I like Dale calls and I like Uber puts. I also like in-phase puts to come and fill the gap to the downside as well. All right. Hey, Swole Trades, where you been at, dog? Where you been at, Swole Trades? Swole Trades got up and dipped on us. Come on now. Come on now. Where you been at? All right. So listen, y'all. He went to go coach. Hey, that's funny. That is funny. But yeah, y'all. I'm gonna hop off now. You guys have TPC. Y'all got the study session tonight, so we're gonna hop off, y'all. Like I always say, man. All right. Make sure you get up out your head and go get into this world because your head is a dangerous place to live. All right. And also remember, y'all, the more you study, the less you worry. All right. Listen, y'all. Y'all have a great night. All right. Y'all make sure you get some rest and let's keep this train going. All right. Never let a hard time humble us. And let's keep it going. Let's keep it pushing. All right. All of y'all stay smooth, man. Peace.